We are going to start off with the developer of Tales of Kenzara. Now, if you guys don't know who this is, I'm mentioning it again for the people watching on Hypnotic Live. Abu Bakr Salim. He is the guy who, let's put some context to it, right? He used to work for Sweet Baby Inc. All right. He used to be on, I think, the co-founder list, if I'm not mistaken. He no longer obviously works for Sweet Baby Inc., but he uses them as a consultancy. Why that is, I'll leave that up to you to figure out and decide. This particular person is a developer for the game called Tales of Kenzara, which is the game that was recently boycotted by people who are boycotting Sweet Baby Inc. It's just quite simple as that. It has nothing to do with the game, has nothing to do with the fact that the game features a black character. People have said, you know what, I am not supporting anything that that Sweet Baby Inc. had their hands on, and unfortunately for you, your game is one of them. So, we wish you luck, but we're just gonna, boycott that. It is what it is. It's kind of like just the product of war, so to speak. So, if you guys remember, he put out a video on Twitter. I couldn't find the old video, so I'll just give you the quick recap. But essentially, it was a video of him questioning people as to why they looked at him as a DEI hire. He used to say that people would always say that they think that he got his job at Assassin's Creed because he was black, that he got whatever roles he was in. It was always because he was black and not because of his skill or merit or anything like that. So with that being said, the guy was complaining about something, and we tell him, or at least I try to tell people like this who have that mindset. I try to tell you, listen, you can't blame people for looking at you with a side eye, because unfortunately your industry and a lot of other industries as well are using DEI programs as a forefront, and they're telling everybody about it. So they're telling everybody, and they're letting everyone know that, hey, we hired XYZ amount of non-white people, and this is our quota that we're going to reach. So, of course, people are going to think in their minds that, yeah, this is what it means to be a DEI hire. Literally, like, you're getting hired based off your skin color and the diversity that you bring. Essentially, if you're non-white, you get hired, or at least you get a better chance, or whatever the case may be. Because these DEI programs, they ain't hiring white people. The only white people that they hire are women and people who pretend to be some sort of weird title, like non-binary or something. That's the only way a white person's getting hired. There ain't no straight white males getting hired by these DEI programs and whatnot. But that's besides the point. So this person is essentially questioning why people think that way. He was questioning why is it that there's people out there that look at a black person in certain industries and they automatically think DEI hire or whatever. Okay, so you have that question. But then here's what he decides to do today on Juneteenth, right? So he decides to put out this video, and it's titled Positive Movement. And the ironic thing in this video is that he literally promotes the exact thing that gets people questioning whether or not you are a DEI hire. Let me play the video, and then we're going to go over it. Raise the volume. Here we go.
So, look, I just wanted to share this quickly. So since posting the video a couple weeks back that addressed the unfortunate dialogue that we've been seeing in the games industry recently, the support has been overwhelming. The conversations that have been sparked from it has been ones of wanting change, growth. Like, it genuinely feels like there's been a real movement behind the scenes, right?
If there's been a real movement behind the scenes, then you wouldn't be having all these games journalists out here begging people to stand up for them. Because we all know, here's what they do. They'll sit there and they'll tell you there's a bunch of positivity when there isn't. They'll sit there and they'll tell you that there's a lot of people wanting change and whatnot when there isn't. They'll do all of these things to lie because they're trying to make it look like a certain way in the public eye. But let them finish.
And one of those sparks, which is why I'm sharing this, has essentially seen EA, Surgeon, and the Academy of Interactive Arts and Sciences Foundation team up to support their Amplifying New Voices program, right? Now, this program, essentially, it supports young professionals who want to get into the games industry, be that through financially, training, opportunities. It's essentially opening doors. And look, I'll be honest, you kind of expect these big corporations to either stay silent or put out a pretty post. But to actually act, I mean, look, a scholarship changed my life. It got me to where I am today. And to actually, be a part of something that could have that same effect to someone else, I mean, it's not only inspiring, it's actually what we should be doing.
Okay, so hold on, time out. He doesn't reference the truth behind this particular program. So he said in this video that it's a program that's meant to open doors, and it's a program that is essentially, it sounds like anyway, that it's able to go to anybody as long as they are struggling either financially or whatever the case may be, to get into the games industry, right? What he doesn't tell you is that when you look up this program from EA, you'll realize that the program actually says that it has to come from, and I quote, underrepresented people. It's the same DEI fucking bullshit. So this program that he's talking about can only go to people who they deem as marginalized or underrepresented. But he specifically leaves that out. He doesn't talk about that. And it makes you wonder, why didn't you mention that? Is it because you don't want to lead credence to the argument of people saying that your entire existence is DEI based? And just because you open doors for other people, that means you're probably closing them for others as well. How many white people are you going to hire for this that aren't non-binary or women? How many? How many? Zero. Guaranteed.
So, look, I just want to share this because it's cool to begin with, but also, like, just a shout out to EA for actually, stepping up and, making this move, financially, essentially enabling this to happen. And look, and I want to also shout out again to all the partners out there who are able to work quickly in regards to, acting on that request of the price reduction of ZAO, as well as sort of aiding us in other elements. That
price reduction of ZAO didn't save the game, by the way.
Supports the vision and the hope of what we want within this industry, right? This industry is better when there are more perspectives and more backgrounds at play.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't got to play the last part because he wishes you a happy holiday that nobody gives a fuck about. So, okay. So he says different perspectives and different backgrounds. My guy. So you hire all these people with different skin colors. You hire all these people with different backgrounds and ethnicities. But you vet them before you hire them. So you hire all these diverse people. But all these diverse people, they think and act like white leftist women.